It's time for TurboTech. Well, this is the Turbo on his own, almost live from Bangalore, Karnataka, India edition. And it's my second time to Bangalore in as many years, and I can safely say that this year, well, I went beyond the local acculturation I underwent last June. First off, I've eaten pretty much nothing but Indian food this time around, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to turn into a chicken curry on the flight back to the U.S. tonight. But more importantly, I've discovered the religion in India, Scott, known as cricket. Though I'm no guru yet, I can tell you the difference between a sixer and an over, and I definitely understand the distinction between Test cricket and T20 cricket. Test cricket assumes most of the population here in India has no job and can hang out at the cricket grounds for days at a time. Good work if you can get it. And T20 is cricket for those who grew up on Bollywood action movies and have a very, very short attention span. The other thing you have to know about cricket here is the name Sachin Tendulkar, and I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it, but my Indian friends will tell me the correct pronunciation when I get back to the States. He's pretty much the closest you can come to being a god in India without actually being one, like Shiva, for example. He's beyond famous. Tendulkar is 38 years old, and he's regarded as he's regarded as one of the greatest batsmen in the history of cricket. He's the leading run scorer and century maker in Test and one-day international cricket, better known as ODI, and he's the only male player to score a double century in the history of ODI cricket. Now, if you were hanging out here with me in Bangalore this week, that might actually make sense to all you cricket Luddites, which is because the T20 is going on here, the championship here in Bangalore and other cities throughout India. In fact, the Mumbai Indians, for which Tendulkar plays, are playing right here in Bangalore tonight, but I couldn't get a ticket. It's sold out, and I got to come home. Despite being in a news vacuum this week, and that goes for sports, save for cricket, I did try and keep up with some of the major headlines when I could, Scott. So here I go with Scott in absentia. The Amazon's on fire. No, not literally the Amazon rainforest, but the other big news over here outside of cricket was, as it seemed to be around the world, the Kindle Fire's introduction by Amazon's billionaire chief executive, Jeff Bezos. He unveiled the Fire on Wednesday at a bargain basement price of $199, and he's apparently lined up enough to sell 4 to 5 million screens in the fourth quarter, having learned their lesson after running out of Kindles in the first week it was available in the past. Now, from all I gathered, the really big deal here wasn't so much the device, but the content and its residence in the great Amazonian rainforest cloud. Gazillions of movies, books, music, games, all on an Android-based derivative platform and meaning actual consumer choice of content. Hey, I love my iPad, but I'll be checking this thing out further. Next, Mark Zuckerberg's underwear drawer. Facebook can't seem to stay out of the boiling waters of privacy snafus. Users and privacy advocates alike have expressed major concerns over Facebook's redesign and the way the changes will affect third-party apps and the network's general approach to privacy. Here in Bangalore, I found that I was finally being given the opportunity to vote on the new status updates. No, Mark Zuckerberg, would you like me to show the world your underwear drawer? Third-party apps are also apparently going to be fully integrated into a user's profile page with updates about activity on each app. That means that users won't actively click to share updates from apps. The apps will add that information to a user's page automatically. With this change, users are going to have to think much more carefully about what apps they use, since their private media consumption, their exercise routines, their relationship status, and other habits could be automatically published on their profiles without their knowledge. Now, hacker Nick Kribrilovic also accused Facebook this past week of using cookies to track users while they're logged off, and that's something Facebook denied. Facebook did confirm that it alters rather than deletes cookies when users log out as a safety measure, but said the company does not use those cookies to track users or sell personal information to third parties. He also said that the company does not use cookies to suggest friends to other users. So I used to think that my relationship status was the thing on Facebook that was complicated. Oy vey. Finally, no more silence on the New York City subway. Apparently, wireless voice and data service launched Tuesday in 6 New York City subway stations, and this newfound connectivity jolted riders who are used to being able to space out and not talk to or even acknowledge other human beings while they're underground. The program allows AT&T and T-Mobile customers to make and receive calls and send and receive emails, text, and other data, and it was installed in subway stations along 14th and 23rd Streets in Manhattan. Now, as a former New Yorker, I find this most disturbing. Wireless service is expected to be installed in the remaining 271 underground stations over the next few years, according to the MTA, which is the New York Transit Authority, with 30 stations scheduled to launch in service within a year. Now, the good news is, so far this service is available on platforms but not in the tunnels between stations, which is a policy that spares riders from having to endure others' phone conversations. And as a former New Yorker, I hope it stays that way, because once they add it between stations, well, we'll never have any peace in the subway again. Not that we had any in the first place. This is Todd Turbo Watson signing out from Bangalore, Karnataka, India. Go Mumbai Indians. Adios.